This is my sophomore speech. I wanted to do it on body language. If you look at your feet, what do you think about what I just said and how I just said it? Was it as uncomfortable for you as it seemed for me? It didn't look like I knew what I was saying, so what would make you want to listen? Let's try this again. One of the most revealing parts of someone's body is their feet. Although your upper body and face is the easiest to see and to read, when people consciously try to change their body language, they focus on their upper body and face rather than their feet. So therefore, their feet are the most truthful. Better? Body language is something everyone has grown to appreciate through their experiences with human communication. Having the opportunity in schools to learn about body language can greatly improve one's ability to communicate and make human connections, as well as teach the student how to present themselves to their community. As people begin to learn about body language, they may become more conscious or even more self-conscious about the little messages their bodies send. In everyday situations, especially in high school, there can be a lot swimming through your head, and thinking about the little messages that your feet send might not be something you want to worry about. But proper body language is crucial for conveying your message, and it shapes not only what people think of you, but how you think of yourself. At the beginning of my speech, my body language made me seem all but confident. In order to properly convince you of my message, I must look confident and believable. Body language affects 55% of how you interpret my words, compared to tone at 35%, and content at a mere 7%. Even now in the digital age, we use emoticons to replace body language, or more specifically, facial expressions. When you send your friends little hearts and smiley faces and even winky faces, you're giving the other person an insight deeper than the words they see in front of them. Without these emoticons used as context clues, your friend behind their computer screen wouldn't be able to tell if you're trying to be mean, nice, genuine, sarcastic. These emoticons used as context clues are just a basic way to explain what our bodies do every day as we communicate. And since what we say is only 7% of our listeners' understanding, we need to let our bodies do some of the speaking for us. One of the most prominent messages our body sends is confidence. Studies have shown that your confidence is judged in the first 30 to 35 seconds of the conversation. Judging is thought of as a bad thing, but out of the thousands of people we meet in our lives, it's our way of picking and choosing who we want to get to know better. So the next time you need to make a good first impression, straighten up, shoulders back, and open yourself up. Project confidence, especially in those first 30 seconds, and it will greatly change how people initially judge you. But it does more than that too. It will make you become more confident. In her TED Talks about Power, Amy Cuddy, a Harvard body language research scientist, discusses the idea that mind shapes body, and body shapes mind. She tells her audience, fake it until you become it, meaning you can trick your brain by altering your body language. She discusses the idea that a powerful being takes up a lot of space, both in the animal kingdom and in human interaction. So power pose, she calls it. If you stop making yourself small, uncross your legs, and open yourself up, you will become more powerful and more confident. It's a good idea to power pose before a test or an interview to boost your self-confidence. Alongside improving your confidence, studying body language can better the school place. Adolescents who first enter middle school have a tough time fitting into their own bodies. We've all been there, those awful years where nothing seems to go right. In my middle school experience, I desperately needed someone to teach me how to look and feel less awkward. Wellness classes in middle school taught me the worst of drugs and alcohol, but not about fitting in. I didn't know how to trust the body that I had, and therefore the transition between being a kid and being a teenager wasn't easy. But besides awkward adolescents, children on the autism spectrum who have trouble reading social cues can learn how to read and interpret messages from their peers' bodies to better understand the situation at hand. We rely on our bodies every day to communicate for us. Some of us are better at reading body language than others, but it's an art form we all can and should learn. Learning at the beginning of adolescence how to trust the bodies that we have can ease us into the world of being a teenager. Body language is a crucial part of our everyday lives, and having the opportunity in schools to learn about body language, opportunities besides watching shows like Lie to Me, can greatly improve our communication skills, our self-awareness, and even our own confidence. It can even help us in more subtle ways, like mastering an interview, or sophomore speech for that matter. And the next time you meet someone new, remember, straighten up, open yourself up, and do me a favor, point your feet at them. And that, my friends, is my sophomore speech. Thank you.